Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mitch McCoy. I'm the Director of Public Affairs and Information for the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. Around 3:45 today, District 4 officers received a call for a shooting just occurred here at 13th and Cass involving multiple victims. When officers arrived on scene, they found 3 people who had been shot. 2 of those victims died here at the scene. The third was transported to the hospital, and that victim is in critical but stable condition. While officers were on the scene, we were alerted to 2 additional gunshot victims being privately taken to the hospital and dropped off. So we have a total of 5 people shot here at 13th and Cass in the Carr Square neighborhood. We are very early in this investigation, but our homicide detectives are on scene along with District 4 detectives and our officers. A preliminary investigation reveals that there was a large group of people outside the smoke shop here at 13th and Cass when there was some type of argument and multiple people started shooting at one another. We have at least 1 person detained at this point, and that investigation related to his involvement is ongoing. We believe that there may be more people detained because, as you can imagine, as victims are arriving at the hospital and we are looking at surveillance video, we're trying to figure out everyone's involvement. That is what our detectives are doing now. They're very good at it. They're going to get to the bottom of it. I want to point out just a couple of things. One is you get a better perspective. You're also seeing cameras on the outside of the smoke shop. Those cameras played a very critical role in our officers and detectives getting real-time intelligence with our real-time crime center. In the moments after the shooting and the call went out, our officers here on the street were communicating with detectives in our real-time crime center, putting out crucial information, and we were able to even start developing possible vehicles that were involved in this, helping our homicide detectives and officers here at the scene really get a pretty good perspective to who could be involved. So it's very early on, but we do have the real-time crime center involved. We have our homicide detectives involved, but we are still in the early stages, so we need people's help. If you are here, we believe that there was even more people here when this shooting happened. Please call Crime Stoppers to let us know what we may not know yet. That number is 866-371-TIPS. You can remain anonymous. You might even be eligible for a cash reward if your information leads to an arrest and a conviction. I'm joined with Captain Carr Square from District 4, so he'll be able to fill you in on some of the patrol strategies related to this area, but that is what we know so far about the investigation.
We know it's early, but can we get any specific age ranges and genders of the deceased?
We know that all of the victims appear to be adults, and we believe that at this point they're all men. However, we're still trying to sort out some of the details.
Was the perpetrators, they know each other?
That'll be part of the investigation, but I do know that there were multiple people shooting at one another, and we're still trying to get an idea of relationships, who knows who and how.
You are trying to combat violence with juveniles, but also now as we're in the first day of summer. What is your message to the public about moving forward in safety in the city?
Well, safety is always our top priority. It is every single day. I think that it speaks testament to how seriously we take the safety of St. Louis. You look at all of the resources here that you can see, but then the resources you don't. With the cameras in the real-time crime center, we already have 1 person detained. I was listening to the radio. We may have a 2nd person detained just a few moments ago. When we are getting information, when we get support from the community and they relay that information, it helps us get people who are pulling the trigger illegally and hurting one another off the street.
That was thorough.
I will say, Captain Stamper, if you guys want, I know that this is a relatively new business that just opened up. We obviously have, this is one of the abandoned Greyhound stations, if I remember correctly. Do you want to speak at all to the patrol strategy in this area? And then you also have the homeless encampment around the corner.
Yes, so as Mitch mentioned, here at the Greyhound station, there's a large amount of our unhoused population between here and the 10th and Cass area that has been a challenge. From an enforcement standpoint, we spend a lot of time over here in resources, not only from an enforcement standpoint, but also as an outreach effort along with the folks from the city to try to combat some of the issues that we have over here. The smoke shop was just recently opened, and it has become somewhat of a challenge with that type of a business here in this immediate area as well, as it's been publicized with some of the issues with smoke shops throughout the city and the county. So it's been an ongoing challenge. We'll be looking at all the different avenues that we can related to this property, and also the Greyhound station, where we have a lot of the folks that are gathering in here and behind here on a day-to-day basis.
Do you have enough manpower to patrol?
I mean, we have the ability to be able to deploy our assets the way that we need to, given any trends that we see. So if we see that there's issues going on over here on some level, crime related or otherwise, we address those as we need to, and we have been able to effectively do some enforcement activities over here already since the opening of this shop. But clearly today is an example of something that went wrong in a pretty serious incident, obviously.
Can you say and spell your first and last name?
Christian, Christian, Stamper, Stamper.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll see.